Hello, friends. It's Saturday. You know what that means. It's my favorite live of the week. It's the Saturday Psychic Sampler. I want your juicy questions. I want your specific questions. I want to squeeze the juice. I want to spill the tea. Let's find out all the things. That's what we're going to do. Let's do it. Let me get right on over to CardCam, where you can see I am working today with Legacy of the Divine Tarot by Ciro Marchetti, his second deck. And I'll take these in the order in which I see them. I'm going to try really hard not to skip anyone. If you see me skipping someone, let me know. And let's get going. Let's do this thing. All right, first up is Mary. So happy to see you. What does the universe want me to learn during this not so easy phase of my life? Thanks. So, yeah, I appreciate that question because when we're going through hard times, very often there are things we can learn from it. There are things we need to know about it. There are things we can learn from it. And I don't love the idea that the universe puts us through tough times in order to teach us things. I don't love that because that feels rude. But the idea that when tough times happen, there are opportunities for us. There are gifts within the difficulties. So I really appreciate you asking that question. All right. So here we go. What are you to learn? First and foremost, it's about staying grounded. It's about remembering who you are and remembering your capability. I feel like historically, there are people who try to make you feel less than and less capable than you are, and you've taken some of that on, so you got to let go of that. That's perhaps number one. Number two, it's about not involving yourself where you're not needed, where you're not wanted, and where you can't do any good. If it's not your circus, if it's not your monkeys, stay out of it. There's that. And number three, you deserve to be happy. Your happiness is important, and whatever you're going through, the goal on the other side should be to be happy. So there you are. Best of luck as you get through this. All right, up next, it's Diana Price. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. Interesting. The landlord gave you an admonishment in the newsletter to stay away from resident windows. What were you doing? But kids are screaming so loudly and constantly, it's a problem even farther away, as well as the mom. I'm not sure if that's a question. I'm thinking it's a question, but I don't know. I don't know quite what to do with that. I'm going to take it as a question, although I'm not really, I'm not sure if you're just sort of reporting that to us or if it's a question, but I'll take it as a question. And the key is you want to be really, really careful here. Do what you have to do in your own home to put up baffling or, do whatever you have to do. But we can see that this is not where you want to be putting your energy. This is a good place for you to live. We do not want it to become a problem now. And so you are given an opportunity here to kind of look at how you want to handle this. Because what you're hearing is no one else cares about your concern. And process that any way you want. It seems to be the truth. And so what are you going to do about your concern that makes your place inside your walls better for you? That's where you have to focus your energy. That's what I think. So good luck with that. All right, and let us know. We want more. We want so many more details on that. All right, Sundial 40, good to see you. I left early from a family get-together this weekend because of my sister-in-law, who sent such an insane and rude text that I just hit my limit with her. Can Tarot confirm that it was awful? And what do I do now? How do I respond to this text? Does my brother understand, or will he take her side like always? So we are not privy to the nature of the text, but let's do some cards on the nature and intent of the text. So I think she's very aware of what she's communicating. I think she's very aware. And she will say that it's not rude at all. She's just telling the truth. I think she's one of those people who will say the most god-awful thing and then just be like, oh, just being honest. So if you ask them not to be rude, you're asking them not to speak their truth, right? So I think she's that kind of person. And I think she fully believes she's in the right. And this is a dangerous kind of person, because when people fully believe they're in the right and they do egregious things, there's no guardrails on them to stop them. So when we look at her general personality, I feel like I'm looking at someone who will very often not be happy. Not like this person is very, very hard to please. This person can be really sweet, perhaps is talented, perhaps has some nice things to recommend her, but she's never happy, and she wants to bring other people in, both as the cause of her unhappiness and to be supportive of her in her difficult time. That's what she's trying to do. Now, her husband is going to support his wife. That is his job. That's what he's supposed to do. If he doesn't, he's not going to correct her. Nobody can correct her. She is the way she is. And if the rest of your family is going to tolerate this, then that's on them. That's what they're doing. That's what they see. So can I confirm, I don't think she meant it to be awful, but I think she fully believes that she is saying and doing appropriate things. Now, your perceptive of what she's saying and doing is very different than that. Your perception of what she's saying and doing is very different than that. You don't need me to confirm that it's terrible. If you think it's terrible, it's terrible. Your reaction is legit. When we look at your reaction to this, it made you feel bad. It made you legitimately feel bad and insecure. That's real. That's real. And if you were to screenshot the text and send it to all the family members, I think they will all see what they want to see. I don't think there's a way for you to get support from the family here. I think what you do is you don't answer the text. You just block her ass. Just block her. And how much do you need to interact with your family of origin here? If this is how they're going to behave, can you create a future that involves them a lot less? That's what I would do. I think the handwriting is on the wall here. I think you respond to the text by not responding. Just block her. Screenshot it, save it, in case anyone wants to ask later. But just be done. You don't need this. You don't need to deal with this. What is your family doing for you that causes you to have to tolerate this situation? Is there a lot of money involved here? What? Why? Why do you have to tolerate this? I don't think you do. There you go. That's what I have to say. Okay. Ginny, good to see you. You decided on the fan. I think that's a good choice. We'll take a look at all that. All right. Melissa, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. And thanks for using members-only emojis. John and I did have a lovely drink yesterday. Thank you very much. Yes, indeed. Thank you. Your question for today is about work. How will I know when it's time to move on from this job? I work hard. I think I do a good job, but I do not feel motivated and do not feel like this is the right fit for me after 20 years. I don't think you felt like this was the right fit after 10 years. I think it's just safe and it's a good job and you're good at it And so it's made sense to do it. But I also think you've been getting a lot of new skills and you've been learning a lot of new things. So how will you know when it's time to move on? When you find a better job. And I think, like, you've been looking half-heartedly, even before you got this promotion, you were looking half-heartedly. Finding a better job is hard because it is objectively a great job. But I think you have to know that it's going to be time to leave as soon as you find a better job and keep looking for that better job. And when you find it, you go. And there it is. That's what I think. And I think you do a good job, and it is a great job. But yeah, whenever you find the thing to replace it, off you go. And okay, fair question. When will that be? Assuming that you are looking and you are growing there. I think at this point it could be sooner rather than later. Yeah, look at that. You've got the 2 cards of swiftness and the world reversed. I think it's going to happen soon. I do. Interesting. Okay. Jeannie Mnuchin. It's so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. We really appreciate you. Last night's performance went well. Of course it did. Of course it did. And I have one more night. I'm wondering if it leads to anything. If so, what? There will be a video which Sabrina Hamilton will see. Will it be a good enough video? And will she be interested in helping me in some way? Tracy Grammer was there. Could I approach her to direct the piece, and would she be interested in a good choice? So first of all, just like energetically recapping that performance, it was freaking great. It was great. And remember, you got the star did you get the star recently? I don't know. I feel like you did, but I could be wrong. It was great. You did a great job. So good, so good, so good. Now, will the video... I think the video will be good. Will that video cause... Yes, I think that video will cause there to be friends of the show. And friends of the show may come on to direct, to promote, to do all kinds of great things. So yes, this is going exactly the way you wanted it to go. And when we look at tonight's performance, I assume it's tonight, I don't know, but the next performance will actually be a little more fun. You'll still be nervous, but it'll be a little more fun. So, well done. I am super, super excited for you. JD Estrada, it is good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members-only emojis. I would like to ask if you see growth within my current career. Any promotions? You're up next, JD. I need to say a huge, huge thank you to Sundial for the very generous super chat. So I was hoping for some feedback because that was an intense reading, right? So I was hoping for some feedback there. The feedback I got is thank you so much and a generous contribution. So I guess it went okay. Thank you. Thank you. Really appreciate it. All right. JD, thanks for your patience, JD Estrada. Growth with your current career or promotion. Ah! Okay, Junior Tarot readers, masks on. You remember that? Junior Birdmen, masks on. Do you remember that? So, to me, the Ace of Coins or the Ace of Pentacles is definitely a promotion or a whole new job. It could be a whole ass new job coming for you. When we look at, right, Trey, promotion incoming. Promotion incoming. And oh my goodness, I'll be right back. JD, Ginny, thank you for being a member and thank you for the very, very generous super sticker. Really appreciate it. Sundial says intense reading and so great and so on. Yes, thank you. I figured when you put money behind it. That you that you were okay with it. So good. It is intense. I never want to do harm, right? I always want to make sure it's helpful. So good. Thank you so much, Sundial 40. And Ginny, I meant to do this on Monday. Well, thank you. So appreciated. All right, JD, sorry to interrupt you, but yes, we see a promotion incoming clearly, or a whole new job. And when we look at the current career, my concern, JD Estrada, I don't know if you're happy there. Are you happy with it? I think they're very happy with you, and I think you do a really good job. I do think there'll be more money. I think there'll be a promotion. If you got a promotion, would you be happier? A bit. But I have a feeling there's some other thing you would rather be doing in the long run, and that's good too. But I do think the current job, by all available metrics, the current job is going well, and there will be growth based on the good work you're doing. So there you go. All right. Adrija Roy, good to see you. Gina, you did miss your reading, but it was awesome. Catch it later. All is good for you, my friend. All is good. All right, Adrija Roy, where is this relationship with A leading us? Well, I think that is the great question. I think you both have ideas. I think you're both trying to figure it out. I don't know if you're listening to each other enough. I think you each have your own vision of how you always wanted it to be and thought it could be. And now we're here and we're like, are you my person? Are you my person? But there's things about it that are really good. But there's also ways where we're like, I don't know if this works. And I feel like what needs to happen is both of you need to let go of the, well, this is what I always thought it should be or would be, and be like, what is this? Does this work? Can this work? How can this work? And I think if there's a real conversation there, you'll be able to figure out where you want it to go. And that's really the question. Where do you want it to go? Febborn, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Febborn, what do I need to know right now? You need to know that energy is moving all around you and you can move with it if you want to. That in terms of communication, friendship, openness, growth, relationships, all of that, you have opportunities. You just have to not be afraid of them, and you have to go, to some extent, discover the opportunities, and to some extent, make the opportunities. Trey Cameron, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than a year. Met a new guy recently. Interesting. Tell me more. I honestly don't know what to think of him. Who is he really? Is there any potential there? Even though just for friendship, I'd be fine with. So let's see, but maybe more. Maybe more. Let's see. New guy. You know these are my favorite readings, right? What can we know about new guy? He is definitely looking for something. And I'm not saying specifically from you, but from life. Like he is very, like even beyond goal-oriented, it almost feels like opportunistic. And opportunistic is not necessarily bad. Not necessarily bad, but it's something you want to be aware of. Where do I want to go with that? That's interesting. I feel like he has a difficult family history. That's not shade on him. I feel like he's still trying to figure things out. I think he has a good heart. Oh, what does he think of you? Oh, interesting. What does he think of you? He likes you. He likes you a lot. He likes you. He likes you. Remember that when you were a kid? Do you like him or do you like him? He likes you. For sure. Now, potential. What's the potential? I'm going to say be a little bit careful. I think it's great that you're meeting people. I think it's good to get to know him. I'm going to be really honest with you, and please don't take this the wrong way. But you know how we all have a little bit of crazy in us? And the question is like, okay, I'll be personal about it. When I first started dating IT John, I think the key was that our craziness aligned, and not in a way that was going to damage us. Like we offer some guardrails one on the other. We guardrail each other's craziness, and it's just very well aligned, right? I'm concerned, Trey, that your particular crazy and his particular crazy will not bring out the best in each other. So that's what you got to watch out for. He could be triggering to you and you could be triggering to him. So do get to know him. Like, I'm not trying to warn you off this, but I would like you to have a very open mind and recognize, like, in the cardinal rule that you never date anyone more effed up than yourself, I think this might break that rule. Trey, I see. He does seem to have some demons. I could see it being destructive with him. That's what I felt. Very interesting. We have a lot of mutual friends. Yeah, and I don't think he's bad. I mean, he's fine. So just be careful. Just be a little bit careful. There you go. One of these days, Trey, you're going to present a candidate to me and I'm going to be like, oh, that's just delicious. You know, that's one of these days. I'm waiting for that. I don't think that's this one, but let's see what happens. Okay, and you are very welcome. Seriously. I am such, I think about this, like, I am such a romantic. Even though I'm completely cynical and I will be the first one to tell you to dump the person's ass if they're being a dick, I am such a romantic. Every person who wants a partner, I want them to have a great partner. That is, I just want love everywhere. That's really where I'm at. Okay. Lumen, good to see you. Oh, I skipped Nalini. Lumen, you're next to be next. Let me not skip Nalini. I'm going to do Nalini, and then I'm going to do Lumen. All right. Nalini Kalu, thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. I feel like my new manager is trying to make me look bad and get me fired. No. Is that true? Will there be a better job opportunity showing up soon? Oh my gosh. And thank you for using members only emojis. I really appreciate you. Okay. New manager. I don't think it's intentional in this way. I think this is just this person's personality. And I don't think they realize, like, they're not setting you up. I don't think they realize what they're doing. But I know that that feels really bad, and clearly this is not a good manager. And things may or may not improve. So first of all, don't get paranoid. Don't get paranoid. The best way to deal with this manager, there is real injustice here. And although you do not want to be paranoid, you want to make note of the injustice. You want to document it. And it may be that you have to, it may be that you would have to be like, you may have to deal with this. You may have to bring this to the manager's attention. You may have to skip level and go to the manager's manager, document it and deal with it because it's not right, but don't read into it. Now, in terms of finding a better opportunity, I think you should definitely be looking, and I think a better opportunity will come maybe even within the next 4 months. So keep looking. That's the key. And whatever you do, do not let this person make you feel bad about yourself. There. Oh, baby cakes. You would be such a good and supportive and trustworthy matchmaker. So for years, like really since I started my business 30 years ago, I've thought, wouldn't it be cool to do a psychic matchmaking service? Wouldn't that be cool? But I don't think my skills run that way. Like, I'm good at helping you figure things out in your relationships, but I don't think I have those skills. So I decided against it, but you have no idea how much I wanted it. I wanted that so bad. But no. All right, Lumen, thank you for your patience. I've said before that the role looks great on paper, but I feel stretched thin in terms of balancing work with my art practice, and I also want to engage with students who are more motivated and thinking outside of the box with their... I just lost you. I'm sorry. Okay, here you go. Thinking outside the box with there, and I'm not seeing where we come back. So Lumen, I think we got interrupted here, but I think I can figure out the question because it's about this job. And so, oh, Julia, there you go. You can do the synastry part, and we'll do matchmaking together. That would be so fun. That would be so fun. Okay. All right. When we look at your current job, Lumen, it's the devil. You're right. It's too much. It's too much. It is a great job, but just because it's a great job, you know, sometimes in our lives we have to ultimately walk away from great honors, great opportunities, great jobs, because just because we can and just because it's great doesn't mean we should. Carefully, let me squeak at you, carefully, I think you need to figure out how to replace this job so that you can put more energy without destabilizing yourself, so you can put more energy where you want that energy to go. It's a hard life lesson. We all go through it at least once, but I think you're there. You know, yes, it's a great job. Yes, it's a great honor to have this job. Yes, if you were fully dedicated to this job, it would be perfect, but you're not, and you're not for a really good reason. So there it is. All right. Virginia Sirwa? Did I get it correctly? Forgive me if I didn't. Do you see me moving in the near future? And if so, will it be a good move for me? Thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate you. Yes, I do see you moving in the near future. And you have to choose carefully. But yes, it will be a good move for you. Yes, yes, absolutely. Michelle F., good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than a year. Thanks for using members-only emojis. Some people have suggested that I already start expanding my business. I'm not totally sure I feel ready. You could do it in your free hour between 3 and 4 in the morning. I know you talk about stretch thin. You are also stretched thin. That's the thing. What do the cards say? Is it time already to expand? Actually, it probably is. At least to be thinking in that direction. I think you don't feel ready. I think if we wait till we feel ready for these things, we'll never do them. So yeah, I think you're right to be thinking in that direction. Hey, Catherine Fan, haven't seen you in so long. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. All right, Smile Soul 20, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. We appreciate you. The next question I see is Angie. Thanks for being here. Will I be successful with my health and fitness goals? So that's such an interesting question, right? It makes me want to break it into tarot students. Gather in, pay attention. The first thing we're going to do here is say, let's talk about the health and fitness goals and where they came from. I think the goals are legitimate in broad strokes, but I think you're already setting them up in a way where they're a little shamey, where you're like, well, I'm going to do this and this and this and this and this. So if you miss a beat, which of course you will, you're then going to be down on yourself. So I think the goals are good, but the way you plan on executing them may be a problem. So now, instead of saying, will you be successful, the real question is, what do you need to do to achieve those goals? What do you need to do? And the answer is you do need to be motivated. And this is a good thing. Like, it is right for you to be doing this. But you also need to be balanced in your approach, and you need to be patient, and you need to not set yourself up for failure. If you can do all of that, then you will most certainly achieve your goals, I promise. Most certainly. All right, good luck. Revival of Venus, good to see you. Yes, I am well. I hope you are too. Do I see any new opportunities coming soon for employment? Yeah, but not necessarily a job you want. So yes, I do see opportunities coming, and opportunities with an S. So some will be better than others. Don't take it just because it's there. Wait for the good one. Santiago, it's so good to see you. Thanks for being here. I'm feeling confused and anxious. I'm so sorry. Right now I'm unemployed. What paths would be more promising to succeed in my near future? I think you need to cast your net wide. And I think you're in this place where you're really feeling like not good about yourself, and that's not helpful. So you got to get out of that. You have to remember that you're good, you're smart, you're capable. And all of those things are true. I'm not blowing smoke up your butt. It's all true. It's right here. And so you have to remember that you're good. And I think you have very good communication skills, maybe some technical skills as well. And that might be what you want to lean toward. And how quickly do I see you employed? I think you'll be employed probably before the end of August. Ali Mammon, good to see you. Thanks for being here. I ordered a mini tarot deck for the first time. It was a shock to find out they're the same size as Lenormand. So any advice on the care of keeping such tiny decks, or any word of advice on using them? Well, they're great to carry in your purse, but they're easier to lose. Hey, Amy Foreman, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Care for them the same way. And, just appreciate they're good on your hands. They're easier on your hands. Like, there's so much to appreciate here. I love a smaller deck. And as I get older, and, I've been shuffling daily for 30 years. Smaller deck is helpful. And word to the wise, all y'all, if you're daily shufflers, switch up your decks often and switch up your deck size often to avoid repetitive motion problems. So there's that. So I would say you're really going to love this. I think this is going to be good for you. I think you're going to enjoy it. I think you're going to find the smaller size really good. So enjoy. Have a good time. Medium that rocks. Good to see you. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. Glad you're here. I'm concerned about money flow. I've been looking for part-time work and I've been booking regular readings. Hallelujah. How can I best market myself now? So, as far as a part-time job and like where you are in your career as a reader, a part-time job is great because it's that like there's the reliable income and then everything else that comes in, and everything else that comes in will ultimately become reliable and ultimately will be greater. And so then you can ditch the part-time job if you want. But looking for a part-time job, what I'm going to say is take whatever part-time job you can stomach. Seriously, like don't take that too seriously because it's just to bring some income in a way that's not going to drive you crazy or tax you so that you can do the important job. Y'all, you need to do the important job. Okay, what's the important job? It's doing readings. So when we look at growing yourself as a reader, man, see, this is where the money is. And when I say this is where the money is, y'all know, IT John and I share a car and we live in an apartment. I mean, the big money, if you find big money in tarot reading, you're probably not acting in an ethical way. I hate to say that, but it's true. You can make good money. You can make money you can survive on. But this is not a place to get rich, okay? We all know that. So that being said, I think for you, Kimmy, medium that rocks, when we see the Three of Wands here, there is so much here. Like, it's happening already. It's happening. Just keep letting it happen. And it's happening locally, but also let it happen at a distance. do the social media stuff as well so that you can serve beyond your local area. That's going to be important. But this is where the energy is. Now, how bad, how bleak will the money get? I don't think it's going to be terrible. I think it'll be manageable. I think it'll be okay. And the problem, I think, comes in when we look at the divorce and how all of that works in. That's where the real issue comes in. But it is what it is. Don't worry. Grow your business. Get whatever jobby job, part-time job doesn't suck your spirit too bad. And you're going to be great. You're going to be great. Okay, Amy, you also need career advice. We will look at that. Oh, Allie Mammon, thank you for asking this question. It means a lot. I'm so thrilled with them. Oh, you are so sweet. Thank you for your service. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here and being part of this community. Kimmy, my great pleasure. And if you want to talk about, how to kind of grow in the, online world, definitely hit me up. We can talk about it. And speaking about talking about stuff, y'all, if you have a StaarCon 2024 ticket, I'm going to be in my lounge on Excel Events tomorrow at 5:30 Eastern Time p.m. Sunday, 5:30, with Serena Fox. The topic is, how important is tradition and divination? I think it's going to be an interesting conversation. I'd like you to be part of it, so please do join. All right. AP. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you. Will I be on the big stage at the same event I attended today? What a great question. And the answer is, yeah, I think it is very possible, and I think you can absolutely make it happen. It'll take hard work, but you can make it happen. Medium that rocks, I will hit you up. Please do. Andrea 54 Hector. Messages and current feelings from Carlos the Leo about our relationship. It feels, I think there's conflict. I don't know if there's conflict between you or if this person is feeling conflict about the relationship, but this is not necessarily going in a great direction. Gemini Sun, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for being a moderator. And thanks for using members-only emojis. What specific ideas, methods, or rituals do the cards have for me during this time to manage my stress? Here, don't do that. Do not think that you're carrying all the heavy things. Oh, Diana, the question was dropped. Well, put the question in now and I'll go right to it, because I was just trying to figure it out. So please put it right in. So Gemini Sun, with the 10 of Wands, recognize that what you're doing is hard. If you're having a hard time with it, if you're struggling with it, that's normal because it is hard. So give yourself grace because you are doing the hard thing. Know that what you are doing will be fine and you will get there, but do not focus on feeling overwhelmed. You need to feel like you are doing something proactive to solve problems. So what do you have to do that would be proactive to solve problems? Honestly, are the problems that need to be solved really yours to solve? Or is it someone else who needs to step in and help? Is there someone else here who can be helpful? I wonder if you're taking more on yourself than you need to. Now, in terms of spiritual or magical work that could help here, so much. This is a great time to do any magic to help you achieve your goals and to help solve problems. Any magic at all. So yeah, all of those things. And just know, Gemini Sun, that you are doing the right things and it will all be okay. You do need to know that. All right. And Gemini Sun, you're good. Diana Price, I will keep an eye and look for the question. Please. Tamika, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. Next question I see is Rosemarie. Right, you're trying to figure out where to move, and that makes sense. Near me, Palm City, or surrounding areas, right? Consider Port St. Lucie. I'm probably heading in that direction myself. But yeah, the Treasure Coast or surrounding areas. Especially if you get a little further north, like up toward Vero, it gets less expensive too. It's still less expensive up there. So there is that. So we're going to say like Martin County or a little further up would actually be decent. I think you would like it. Clearwater or that area, so that's like the West Coast area, also really good. I think you would like it. Savannah, also really good. I think you would like it. Or Pittsburgh. Not Pittsburgh. Not Pittsburgh. Anything but Pittsburgh, apparently. So any of those three are good. Probably my favorite was, we'd love to have you down here, but my favorite is actually Savannah. But any of those, I think, would be good. And I think the real question, because you've been struggling with this for a little while, the real question is, like, what do you have to do to kind of figure it out and go? And the answer is, you need to trust yourself. And you're not trusting yourself because you don't trust what brought you here. So you need to develop some trust in yourself. And you go on to say, out of all these areas, okay, I'd love to live near you guys to meet up at Panera. We would love to have you. I need friends who are like me. And I would say, like, in terms of like, and not even like the meetups I do, but there are so many great tarot people that I know of, like Vero down to Del Rey, or even like further, like Boynton, like even down like Boynton, right? That whole Palm Beach County, Martin County, and then and St. Lucie County, and maybe a little further north from there. We have an amazing community. It's true. I am but one of the amazing teachers who are gathering people and teaching here. So yeah, the thing is, financially, when I moved down here, Florida was really affordable. It's not anymore, which is why I'm saying maybe you want to go a little further north, like St. Lucie County, or just a little further north, so you can still come hang out with everybody, but not have to pay the really high cost of living. So there's that. But wherever you land, reach out, because you can start a tarot group wherever you are. There's that. Tarot people will come out of the woodwork if you start it. All right. Okay, I'm going to skip on over to Diana because she was here in the very beginning, and I did read on the part I could see, but not the question. Because the question was dropped. So, how can I handle all the distressing noise of screaming kids? It's distracting, it's hurting your blood pressure and all of that. So when you say there's no soundproofing options, I'm having a hard time understanding why there would be no soundproofing options. There's always soundproofing options. There is never a time that you can't baffle. So I don't understand. You can hear them over your headphones. You need better headphones. And I'm not saying this is a good situation. I mean, I understand. I would baffle the window. That's what I would do. Because, baffling is going to be less expensive than the noise-canceling headphones that you're ultimately going to need. Earn some money with what you're learning, then you can get the noise-canceling headphones. But try, I would even just hang. Here's what I would do if I were you. Seriously. And don't think I have not done similar things. Well, see, here's the thing. I feel like what's going on here, Diana, is like your sense of justice, and you've got a very heightened sense of justice. Your sense of justice is like, this is not fair. And you're right, it's not. But honestly, what I would be doing is I would be hooking up something with those windows, because you're right, that's going to be a sound projector. And so that when I need to concentrate, I'm hanging up a thick blanket in front of those windows and see how that goes. Will it make it dark? Yes, but it will also make it quiet. And so I think you have to do these things working around all of this. But, the thing that is true, unless we are uber wealthy, this is what we have to do. These are the things that we have to do to move forward. And so I think we can get into a headspace where we're like so upset at the injustice that it turns out we take that energy and we use it to hurt ourselves more. So be really careful here. Do not let this situation take away from the joy and the forward motion that you're on. You definitely need to find your creative solutions. And who is the queen of creative solutions here? It's you. You are better at creative solutions than most people I know. So find them. Don't let these little shits do this to you. Seriously. You can't stop what they're doing out there, but you can stop the way it's affecting you here. Seriously. All right. Yeah, go ahead and get your questions in. No problem. Next up, Rosemarie. Thank you so much, and unfortunately, you're right, I do not trust myself, and living where I am, so many distractions, it keeps me depressed. I'm trying to fight it and concentrate on moving. Good. All right. And I am taking questions in the order I see them, and I'll get to everybody. Try to get to everybody anyway. Virginia W. So good to see you. Thanks for being here. Once again, thank you for your generosity. Thanks for being a member. Our week was crazy busy. Lots of things were completed. Still lots to do. What's our best course of action for the upcoming week? And if I may ask two questions. What is the best course of action for the newly installed fan that keeps turning itself on? Interesting. Okay. Best course of action for the upcoming week, whatever feels peaceful, whatever feels like it's going to give a good outcome, and whatever does not feel stressful. We do not want stress. We want peace as much as possible, and we want good long-term solutions. Now, regarding that fan, and I know so often with electrical things, there can be a spiritual component there. But I think given that it was just installed, my guess is you need to call the electrician or whoever installed it and say, there's an issue here. My guess is it's an installation issue, and you need to just get it fixed. How much of a hassle will it be to refer the problem back to the installer? I think it will not be that much of a hassle at all. I think it's their responsibility, so I think it'll be okay. Okay, so yeah, just back to the installer you go, for sure. Pain in the butt, but there it is. Okay, Anaris, am I pronouncing your name correctly? I am well, thank you very much. I hope you are too. Do I see your husband working soon, or how can I help him get, and I pronounced it correctly. Good, 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 good. Thank you. Okay. Do I see your husband working soon, or how can I help him get a good job? How can you help him get a good job? It's all about apply, apply, apply. Apply, apply, apply. I think he may be being too selective. And I think you can find more places online for him to apply. And he just needs to apply, apply, apply. When do I see him getting a job? It's going to be a minute. I think it's already been a minute, hasn't it? But it will be a good job. When he gets it, it's going to be really good. I'd say maybe within the next 3 months. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. So not to worry, but he needs to cast his net more widely, and you can help him find more places to apply. Best of luck. Ginny, having trouble keeping things in perspective? Well, your whole life is upside down right now. Understandable. Understandable. Vaishali, so good to see you. What do I need to figure out about anything that's happening with me or around me? Do I need to understand something that I'm not able to understand? Please clarify about this. I feel like I'm doing nothing to myself or surroundings that needs to be done. I feel like I'm wasting time. I don't know why. Please clarify. I think it's all anxiety. I think you're up in your head being anxious. Might need to be treated medically, might need to see a doctor. I don't know. But I think the whole key is recognizing that this is anxiety, and the closer you get to your success, the more anxious you'll become because there's a part of you that is afraid of your success. I think it's that simple. I do. Joyous Ocean, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. Checking in from the beach last hour here. Hello, beach. Oh my gosh, I skipped baby cakes. I'm coming back to you, baby cakes. So back to Vaishali. I'm not a doctor. I can't give you that diagnosis, but I really think that that is what it is. And it's a big deal, but if you can get a handle on it, things will be so much better. All right, and Diana Price, I just want to call your attention to the fact that Ginny has some headphone solutions. All right, and back to baby cake. Sorry I missed you there. What mechanic would be best and most capable to change my transmission fluid? L or H or C? Would any of them be a good option? You know I love to do these. Let's give you a good shuffle. All right. Here we go, baby cakes. L, H, C. If I were you, I'd do C. That's my favorite, do C. Best of luck. Julia Bonesteel, it's so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. Okay, who's up next? It's Princess Nye. Good to see you. I've been thinking about my purpose lately. I'm curious on what it could be. I'm going to do that reading, but you know what that did? That just triggered a rant. I'm sorry, quick rant. This whole thing about purpose. A lot of people who are sort of in my field or adjacent to my field, the coaching people, the spiritual healing people, the reading people, all of us, a lot of us are making a huge amount of money to show people what their purpose is. And it kind of drives me nuts. I don't know that we need a purpose. I don't know that that's necessary. I will do the reading. But I feel like we've got this thing in our minds that we need to feel like we're here for a purpose. What if we're here for many purposes? What if all the people who love you see a purpose for you? If you're feeling a lack of purpose, that's something for you, and it's probably a self-esteem issue. So that's what I say broadly. on this. But let me look at you specifically and what's going on with you, Princess Nai. I do feel like you're in a place where you're just not feeling like you're using your skills, your intelligence, your ability the way that you want to. And, you know, I think your purpose, your spiritual purpose is the same as the rest of us. And at the end of the day, it all comes down to love. We're here to love each other. There it is. But I think there is something here where you may be looking for a career calling, a creative calling, a spiritual calling. It may involve more education. But do not see it as something that was ordained as outside of yourself. See it as something that you yourself want. And you will be able to do that when you sort of strengthen your own sense of self-esteem and recognize you have a right to be here. And you don't need a purpose to be here. Just saying. Good luck. All right. Julia Bonasteel, thank you for being here. And thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. Oh, I'm wondering what I can do to help me transition into taking astrology clients and accepting money. I'm not sure why I have trouble accepting money. The Knight of Coins. Who cares why you have trouble? Just do it. Just do it. You have trouble, I think, because it's not even about the accepting it. It's about the asking for it. If someone hands it to you, you'll take it. You may feel weird about it, but you'll take it. It's the asking for it, saying this is what this costs. But you know what that comes down to? It comes down to valuing yourself, valuing your time, valuing your energy. And we know how much you have spent in terms of time, money, and energy to get where you are and learn what you know. There is a dollar value associated with that. And so, you know, do I think that you are giving a service? You are giving a very valuable service, and you are at the time and place where you are ready to charge money. You don't have to be comfortable with it. You just have to do it. Seriously. And good luck, and shoot me your website link so I can help promote you. Okay, the next person I see, and y'all check me, make sure I'm not missing anyone, but the next person that I see is Susan Toklas. Susan Toklas, good to see you. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members-only emojis. How long until I find the new home to purchase? Well, and the question is, like, are you sure that you want that? Like, there's going to be some questions about that. But I'm going to say probably 3 months. 3 months to find the one that you're very sure about, that you really feel good about. 3 months. Okay. DH, you're the next one I see. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than a year. We really appreciate you. What does the universe want me to know? My ankle is hurting and limiting social activities. I'm so sorry. Where should I put my attention? Let this be an enforced time of internal healing. Let this be a time of releasing old things that hurt you. Let this be a time of meditation and work with spirit. Let it be a time of silliness. Watch stupid TV or whatever. But let it also be a time of study, of growth, of meditation, of all of those things. Turn your attention as much as possible to comfort and to the spiritual. Best of luck. I hope you heal well. Bianca Tarot, so good to see you. How will this fall semester be for me? I'm currently finishing up my bachelor's. Congratulations to you. That's fabulous. And how will that be? I think fine. Fine. It'll drag on. It'll be a pain in the butt, but you got this. You know how to do this. You will get your bachelor's. You will move forward. It will be fine. Just fine. The worst is over here. Okay. Mixuir. What do I need to know to get through the rest of July? Know that you're doing all the right things. And the people who are responding to you well are also doing all the right things. If people are not responding to you well, just stay away from them. You know, you just stay in your happy bubble and be fine, right? Create your happy bubble. Welcome other people into it if they're willing to be in the happy bubble. And everyone else can go F themselves. Seriously. Sorry, but there it is. All right. Catherine Fan, good to see you. I recently had a friend visit and stay with me for 2 weeks. During her stay, I did my best to take her sightseeing and show her around my city, but during this time, my car broke down, got a flat tire, even got scraped. I feel like the universe was trying to tell me something that sounds so stressful. How does she really feel about me as a friend, and should I cut her off? She never asked if I was okay, expressed sympathy for my situation, and didn't really express much gratitude either. Oh my gosh. Haven't tuned in for a while. Yes, we've missed you. Everything's good here. We're happy to see you. So, you know, I think your experience of this friend needs to sort of, like, you need to pay attention to this. I think this friend, like, this is not specific to you. I think this is how this person is as a person. And I think that you were uncomfortable with how this person was as a house guest. I think you saw things about this person that you did not like. Now that you see these things, they're real. You know, this is not, you know, this is not something you imagined. How does she really feel about you as a friend? You know, I feel like she is the sort of person, I mean, I think she likes you as well as she can, but I think for her, friends are people who do things for her. And so consider that and make your decisions accordingly. How about that? All right, Amy Foreman, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than a year. Your summer calendar is bleak. Financial and career advice for you. And here's the thing, like, you really have done very well building your party business. You know, that's what you did. But the thing about parties is they come and go. And so I think you need to look at, like, could you do more about getting more parties? Like, more parties will come on the books. It will happen. It naturally will happen. But I feel like you do such a good job. You can always do more, but you do such a good job to get parties. And so I think there will be more. But I think you're really looking at what else can I do that will be an underpinning financially for me. And you're trying to figure out what that looks like. Is that tarot? Is that design of some sort? Like, what is it? And I think that's what you're looking to figure out, is what can be a more consistent underpinning that you can control. And so A, more stuff will come on the books. It'll be okay. B, you definitely need to think about this nonetheless. Okay. Where are we? Contessa, good to see you. Will my oldest daughter reconcile? We had a bad disagreement and has never spoken since. I think in time there will be opportunity for reconciliation. I think it will take time. I think that, you can let her know you would like to speak and that you would be open to it, but she has to kind of be the one to accept that, so you're going to have to be patient. All right. Teresa, thank you for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. Thanks for using members-only emojis, and thank you for being a moderator. Would A be receptive if I reached out, and how would he feel about that? We lost touch years ago, but not for any negative reasons. I've wanted to say hello, but I'm shy. I understand. I think he would be receptive. Yeah, I think he would be receptive. I think you would have to be clear about why you're reaching out to make sure he doesn't get a wrong idea or that nothing else is communicated by your reaching out. But I don't see a problem with it. I think it would be okay. Country Love Homestead, good to see you. My heart desires an Aquarius. The energy is very sophisticated. A part of me wants to walk away, but I also don't want to give up on him. I feel like he needs someone. Any guidance here? I mean, I feel like he gives you really mixed messages, like he's giving you just enough hope, but I'm not seeing this as like, no. I think what you think he is and what he is are two different things. I think what you desire is your image of what you think he is and how you think the two of you could be together, but I don't think that's the reality. So, I think you can be available enough that if he wants it and wants to come get it, you can have that conversation. But I don't think you should make yourself so available to him that it's easy, because he'll enjoy that, but he won't take it a step further. All right. Okay, scrolling through. Okay, here we go. I am so afraid I'm going to mispronounce your name. Give me a minute. Is it Damini? Damini? Maybe? Damini? Thank you for being here, and please correct me if I mispronounced your name. Well, I did it 2 different ways, so one of them might be right. Oh, okay, good. Okay. Damini. There were some problems at my current workplace at Pizza Hut, and my boss wouldn't talk to me and canceled my hours. Will she speak to me on Monday and give me hours to work? And the boss's name is Sherry. Okay. I think if you speak with her, you might be able to clear up a misunderstanding. But honestly, I'd be looking for a different job. If she did it once, she can do it again. And I think you could find a better job. I would be looking for a different job. Okay. Joyous Ocean, thank you for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than a year. Thanks for using members-only emojis. Is it in my highest good to return to school for a master's in the next year? Is the timing right? And safe travels. I think you would want to be very, very specific about the time and money investment. I mean, you're a good student, and education is never wasted, but is it the right time? I don't know that it is. I think you would really need to look into it and see, what am I hoping this is going to give me? Is there a return on investment? And there may not be right now. So I'd do more research. Okay. Liz Harrison, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Finally made it live. Summertime is bonkers, yet so much fun. Would love any message from my guides right now. It's hard to find a minute for myself which means my spiritual practices have usually take a back seat until school starts. Got it. And thanks for using members-only emojis. We really appreciate you. The message is you're doing all the right things to get through until school starts, and then everything changes again. And it is crazy, and it is a lot. And in the meanwhile, you're still holding space for a lot of other hurtful stuff that has been happening as well. But you're doing the right thing for your kids, and that is the most important thing. So just hang in and keep doing what you're doing. Everything is fine. That's what you need to know. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. You have, another, 4 weeks or something. Just keep doing what you're doing. It's all good. Ashley, good to see you. Thanks for being here. I would like to know if this new company I am starting with will be better financially. Not sure. Not sure. It may be a racket. You may need to be careful about this. And are you and the boyfriend going to the next level? Depends what the next level is, but it does look like that's possible, yes. So maybe good news in the relationship, not such good news in the job. Justine. Should I let my mom talk to my doctor during my upcoming appointment with him this afternoon? My gut says no, this could cause big problems for me. Let's see. I think what you should do is give your mother permission to talk to your doctor, but not during your appointment. She can make and pay for another appointment. I think she needs to be educated by the doctor. It would be good for her to talk to the doctor, but your appointment is your appointment. I think you need to be honest with the doctor about everything you've been experiencing. And I think, part of the problem with your mother is she does not understand what's going on with you. And so if the doctor can help with that, that would be good, but not on your time. No. You get good with your doctor first and make sure you're comfortable with it. Comfortable with how things are going with the doctor, and then if you feel that he would be able to, or she would be able to educate your mother, that would be helpful. And good luck. And the thing is this, you talk privately with your doctor. I don't think your mother should talk privately with your doctor. I think you should be there too. But that would be another session. That's what I would say. Liz, exhausting to say the least, but I do feel my kids are thriving. Exactly, and that's what it's all about. And this is a period of time in your life that will come to a close in a few years. So yeah, there it is. All right. My friends, we've come to what I believe would be the end of the questions. If I accidentally missed anyone, I am so sorry. Please do reiterate, it is last call for readings, y'all. I am available for readings this weekend. Today's pretty booked, but I have some time for tomorrow, so please do reach out. There is a link right in the description. I'll be back Monday with your 3-card weekly reading, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. The link is already up. And Tuesday evening, we have a class. The link is already up. Please join us. And if you have a StaarCon 2024 ticket, join me in my lounge tomorrow, 5:30 Eastern Time, for a conversation on tradition and divination. I'll be joined by Serena Fox. All right. My friends, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thanks for everything. Thank you so much for the super chats and super stickers. Special thanks to the members and the moderators. Okay. Justine, thank you. Makes sense. Good. My friends, I will look forward to seeing you soon. Take really good care. Thank you so much.